Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you are a founder or a tech leader, your seat-based subscription model isn't just getting outdated right now, it is actively becoming a liability. Today, we're decoding the modern tech stack to show you exactly why. We are shifting away from isolated, static tools into a unified, living digital organism. The fundamental unit of software value is moving, fast, from simply charging for access to charging for actual execution. Okay, let's dive into this. Take a look at this quote, straight from our source material. It calls artificial intelligence a force reshaping the very fabric of our existence. And honestly, those are the true stakes of this technological revolution. If you're still charging your customers per human head in an era of autonomous digital agents, well, you are effectively subsidizing your own obsolescence. The entire system is changing, and to adapt our business models, we first need to understand the anatomy of this new tech stack. So here is our roadmap. We are going to build this digital organism piece by piece, starting with the cloud foundation, adding the IoT nervous system, plugging in the AI brain, exploring the daily toolkit, securing it all with a blockchain trust layer, and finally, visualizing it through VR and AR. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the Cloud Computing Foundation. Every massive digital structure needs an invisible, hyperscalable foundation so we aren't held back by physical hardware limits. And this base is built on different service models. We've got infrastructure as a service, like AWS or Azure, giving us raw virtual machines. Then platform as a service, like Google App Engine for developers. That actually paved the way for the classic software as a service, or SaaS model, like Salesforce, which got us all used to the subscription economy in the first place. And now we have function as a service, serverless computing, like AWS Lambda. This invisible foundation is exactly how Netflix flawlessly scales traffic so your weekend binge watching never buffers, and how Zoom manages massive global video loads without actually owning giant server farms. So we have this incredible, scalable digital foundation sitting in the cloud. But a foundation alone is blind, right? It just sits in a data center. So the crucial question becomes, how does this massive computational system actually perceive the physical world around us? That brings us to Section 2, the IoT nervous system. The Internet of Things, or IoT, is literally the nervous system of our digital organism. It eliminates data blind spots by pulling real-world information directly into the cloud. Think about the practical flow here. First, physical sensors capture environmental data, like a smart thermostat sensing a room getting cold. Second, connectivity, whether that's Wi-Fi or cellular 5G, shares that data instantly. Third, the edge or the cloud computes that information. And finally, actuators take physical action, like automatically firing up the heat. Now, this is exactly where pricing models start to shift. In physical industries, when you combine IoT sensors with predictive analytics, vendors can actually start charging for guaranteed uptime rather than just selling static software licenses. You're fundamentally aligning your profit with your customer's operational success. But think about this for a second. Imagine millions of these sensors constantly firing off vast amounts of data globally. It's completely overwhelming. Raw data is entirely useless without a processing engine capable of actually understanding it. So how do we make sense of all this information? Enter Section 3, the AI brain. To process mountains of data, we need a brain, artificial intelligence. As AI adoption scales across healthcare, finance, education, and environmental monitoring, we are seeing a massive shift. And this is exactly where the traditional SaaS business model fractures. AI and robotic process automation are streamlining routine tasks so well that fewer humans are needed to achieve the exact same output. Human headcount goes down, while AI-driven output goes way up. If your software tool makes a team 10 times more efficient and you're still charging per human seat, your product success is actually shrinking your revenue. You fall right into the software margin compression trap. Now, it's not all perfectly smooth sailing. Our sources highlight some severe risks we have to navigate. We're talking about algorithmic bias in decision-making, massive job displacement via automation, malicious deepfakes, and really thorny issues around autonomous accountability. I mean, who exactly do you sue when an AI makes a mistake? If you're pivoting your business to outcome-based pricing, you absolutely must implement rigorous safety measures. Because if algorithmic bias skews your billing or your performance metrics, the trust with your customer is completely broken. Let's move on to Section 4, the AI toolkit in action. Let's shift from high-level AI theory down to tangible reality. Looking at the landscape right now, tools like Jasper and Copy.ai are moving way beyond being simple text editors. They are full-blown content engines that scale production while maintaining quality. For the technical operators out there, integrating tools like Zapier with AI allows for custom workflow automation, essentially turning your software into an autonomous coordinator. The mindset shift here is absolutely vital. You are no longer selling the tool. You are selling the generated marketing campaign, the closed customer ticket, or the finalized video. You are selling the result. But of course, this creates a massive new problem. With machines acting autonomously, connecting apps on their own, and generating endless content, how do we establish trust? Who actually verifies that the outcome was achieved so you can get paid? That puzzle is solved in Section 5, the blockchain trust layer. When autonomous agents are running the show, we desperately need a decentralized security layer. Structurally, our sources break this down into two distinct approaches. On one side, you have public blockchains, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are open to everyone, entirely decentralized, and fully transparent. On the flip side, you have private blockchains, like Hyperledger. These feature restricted access and permissioned networks, offering the high level of enterprise control that large corporations really demand. And look, blockchain goes far, far beyond just crypto trading. It's revolutionizing supply chains by tracking product provenance, securing sensitive healthcare records, and even tokenizing real estate. But the absolute most vital application for the modern tech stack, especially for founders, is in the legal realm, executing automated smart contracts. A smart contract is just self-executing code. If you are moving to outcome-based pricing, you can leverage these smart contracts to create self-executing billing cycles. They trigger instantly and only when a specific verifiable outcome is reached by your AI tools. No human invoicing required. Okay, so we've got the cloud foundation, the IoT sensors pulling data, the AI brain processing it, and the blockchain ensuring trust. But let's be real. Staring at code or a database isn't natural for humans. How do we actually interface with this entirely new digital reality? That brings us to our final layer, Section 6, the VR and AR interface. This is the ultimate visual interface, seamlessly blending our physical world with the digital ecosystem we just built. The crucial distinction here is between these two environments. Virtual reality, or VR, creates fully immersive digital environments. It replaces your reality entirely, which is amazing for things like exposure therapy in healthcare or virtual prototyping in manufacturing. Augmented reality, or AR, on the other hand, places digital overlays directly onto the physical world. Think of surgical heads-up displays feeding real-time patient data to a doctor, or games like Pokemon Go. AR enhances reality rather than replacing it entirely. And recent advancements are totally supercharging these interfaces. 5G connectivity is finally enabling zero latency, which is absolutely required so you don't get motion sick while walking through your digital spreadsheets. We're seeing the development of the AR cloud for shared spatial experiences across devices, immersive haptic feedback so you can actually feel the digital world, and seamless AI integration that personalizes and guides these environments. Very soon, navigating vast amounts of complex digital data will be as intuitive and natural as simply walking through a physical room. Which brings us to the ultimate challenge. How will you integrate this emerging tech stack into your business and workflows? We simply can no longer view these technologies in silos. The seat is dead. Your challenge right now is to audit your pricing models today. You need to define your core atomic unit of value. Transition away from selling access and start selling outcomes. Leverage AI agents and smart contracts to automate and verify the delivery of that value. Start building your interconnected system right now, because the future of software isn't about managing logins anymore. It's about executing results. Are you ready for the outcome economy?